everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive with a squeaky voice, a little bit, not too bad, Hive. So, it's Friday. It's the last Friday in August. It's the 29th today, and we have a fabulous showcase lined up for you. I have beside me lots of cards, pretty cards that we're going to be having on the docket for classes next month. And then after that, after I'm done sharing mine, I'll share what I have here for some of the people on my team. I have some of Gina's classes here, and I also have Julie Bierschbach's class here. And I don't know if I don't see Carissa's class on the back counter, but next week I might be able to share with you some of Jenna's classes, because I'm going to be seeing Jenna this weekend, and she might, if she's on her A game, she might send some stuff back with me so I can show it off to you guys. So after I show off their classes, then I also have a pile here of some past classes, and you guys have been really helping me clear out some past classes. I'd have to say there were probably 4 classes that we got to take off the past classes list in the last 2 weeks, which is amazing. I always love to clear out a class, and my mom loves that too. So perfect. Okay. I might have the frog a little bit, you guys. We had a really long live last night, and I lost my voice between Sunday and I don't know, somewhere between Sunday and Tuesday, and then it gradually came back by yesterday. So it's I have to keep drinking water. You guys were really diligent about helping me stay on track with drinking the water last night, so that I think helped big time. I think I got some good sleep, so that should have helped, but I still have that little bit of residual stuff down there. So, but I'm not going to miss live. And we have a makeup live to do because of it right after this, or somewhat soon after this. I've got a couple things I want to try to knock out in between, but around 4 or 4:30 we're going to do the share a recipe, create a card, inspire others. So we got a double header for you today, so we'll see how that goes. All right, we have a bunch of you that are here already with me. Hello, Sherry Martin. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Hi, Karen Woods and Pat Settle. Pat Settle, I'm sorry I confused you with the dates and the times and all that stuff. Pat asked me this morning what time I was going live at, because in my email that I sent last night too late, but I wanted to get it out last night, so in case people were still awake, they could see it. The first paragraph had 1:30, and then somewhere down the road I had 4:30, and then somewhere else I had 10:30. And what happens is I take a template from last time, and I didn't remember that there were 2 other times in there. So I caught the first one, but I didn't catch the second 2. So it might have caused a little bit of confusion. And all I want to say to avoiding confusion is, if you're not certain and you just want to do a little check yourself versus sending me an email, what you could do is go to my YouTube channel, check the time there, because that was set properly at 1:30. You could also go to my events calendar on my website. It was set properly there at 1:30. And I also have a Facebook event that I created, and it was set there properly at 1:30. So there were 3 places you could check first. And if they were all confusing, like let's say you check them, and not to have to send you guys on a wild goose chase, but I generally will have it wrong in the email before anything, because I don't always remember where I have the date, and I am usually moving a mile a minute, and if I'd slow down, maybe I would have caught the other 2 times and not confused people. But the first time that I probably list is always the right one, and if that causes confusion, always check the YouTube. I'm pretty diligent that the YouTube is always what time it is. So it's just, if Pat had that question, I'm sure others were confused, and I don't ever mean to confuse me or anybody else for that matter, but it happens. So I'm glad we're all on the same page, though. We're here, yay. Hi, Debbie Schultz. Hi, Faye Godby. And there's Holly. Hi, Mary Carls. Hello, Snowy Mom and Jean. And there's France. Hi, Carmen. There's Connie. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Susan Bellamy. There's Deanne and Bridget. Hi, Joy. There's Penny Powell, my sunshine friend. Marcia Svatek is here. So Penny said it's sunny Florida. Well, we don't have sunny here. I don't know if you guys can tell in the videos that sometimes if it's the sun is shining, if it's brighter. Right now it's normal. Say it's overcast and the lights are on in here, so it doesn't look overly bright. Hi, Sherry Stewart. Hi, Deb Norman. Hi, Janice. There's Kay. Oh, Janice is gonna miss picking up your granddaughter. Oh, I'm sorry. So you guys, we're honoring her recipe today, where she got it actually from what it says right on here. So Janice's recipe is being honored and worked on today, and she has a vertical fold card for us from Jackie Bullheis. So hopefully I don't have any questions and we go smoothly. And maybe when you're all done, you can watch the replay, or if you can pop on for a moment and say hi, that's all good. We get it. I didn't mean to change the class on you 3 times. I changed it twice. It was supposed to be last week Wednesday, and we moved it to Wednesday of this last week because I lost my voice. I didn't feel like you guys wanted me hearing me sound like a mouse. And then it's this afternoon. So I'm sorry about that. And hi, Sue Deppis. And there's Trisha. Hi. Catherine Healy. You saw the early on YouTube later, so I kept checking. So glad it's earlier. So I'm not certain. I could have sworn I only had it on YouTube once. So hopefully it's not. So when we were live. So that's when it's live. Hi, Susan Wormley. Hello, Linda Hindy. Hello, Elaine and Donna. Okay. So we have quite the showcase for you. And we have a new way of registering that I want to show to you guys too. There's a lot. And you guys know a lot. If you've watched me for a little bit, you've seen how we've progressed and grown, and more people are watching than ever before, and so many people are taking classes, and it's amazing. I'm not no complaints at all. Always positive, always amazing. And we're always looking for ways to streamline and make things more efficient for us so that we can spend more time designing cards, right? Because that's what we love to do. We want to share more creativity with you. And with this Stampin' adventure that I'm on, it's a full-scale business for me, from everything on the business aspect of it, from the engineering cards, right? So you have the front end with engineering, designing, and then you go to the procurement. You need to buy the supplies to make the card classes. So we have procurement, and logistics is part of that, bringing in that. Transportation. Do we want to do 2-day or 1 day, or do we want to do a regular shipment, right? So we got to figure out logistics and transportation for getting the procuring of the goods into here, right? So you got that. And then we roll into the manufacturing. So we're prepping, and then we're kitting and cutting and all of the legwork that goes into that, right? So we've got the manufacturing side, and we also have the kit marketing, right? After cards are designed, we got to get everything photographed, and we create tutorials, we schedule the lives, we create all the events. There's the marketing side of it. There's also, I'd have to say, the human resources side of it, you guys, managing everybody that helps me with all of it. I have all of my I want to say my worker bees, my amazing community of help that come in and swoop in and help me make all of the magic happen. So you got the human resources side, because I'm facilitating everything, okay? And then you have the actual having classes, the YouTubes, you guys, right? So we have between 5 and 12 to 15, sometimes these lives every month, and then couple that with in-person. So you've got the actual performance of doing the work. And then you have the money transactions. So you have accounting and bookkeeping, money's coming in, and emails, correspondence, communication, customer service, right? Customer service is a big part of it. You guys, accounting, customer service, all of it. And then I don't know if I feel like I'm missing something, but I went to school for finance and marketing, and I got my master's degree in business administration. So I get to absolutely use everything that I learned in school. Never did I realize I would be doing it in a stamping time frame, or not time frame, a stamping community, but I get to do everything that I learned in school. And I always said in another life, I would have been a teacher, which I am. I get to say that I am. I'm not certified by any means. I get to teach, but I don't have a certificate. But I also say in another life, I would have gotten to be a wedding planner, organizing, facilitating, bringing the whole big picture together, right? Orchestrating. So I get to be a wedding planner, even though I'm not facilitating or helping anybody plan a wedding. We're planning events and big things all the time. So it's with all that, I'm only me. I'm surrounded by the most amazing helpers that the world could ever ask for, but I still facilitate and oversee all of that. And the class signups and all the way to implementation, to making sure you guys get your card kits and get them properly, is one of the most important things to me that I don't ever like messing up. But you guys also know that I'm only one person and I'm human and mistakes will happen. And it's not about making the mistake, it's about how you fix the mistake. And so I always make sure that it's rectified with it anyway. So you guys, we figured it out. And this past month, we accidentally, between me, Diane, and my mom, I don't know, it doesn't matter. There's no blame ever placed on anybody, right? We have got that mindset around here that things happen, they happen. There's a reason that they happen. We don't know why sometimes, but like Diana Woodland's two-tone cardstock share went to Donna Palazzola. Okay, it happened. It wasn't Donna's fault by any means. It was ours. It left here with Diana's name on it. And Donna helped us out. She shipped it from Michigan to Ohio. Great, perfect. And then we also had Kimberly Snow's 3 classes are sitting currently with Kimberly Longway. It happened. Kimberly, we didn't catch the names, but it's getting them right, getting them to Kimberly Snow. And you guys are the most amazing and patient, and you guys are very forgiving if it happens to you, right? I apologize, and we try to strive. And long story short, this is why we try to always evolve and try to be as efficient with our time. You guys, I spend from sun up. Well, I don't wake up when the sun wakes up or comes out. I get up when I get up, but I end up staying up till 1 or 2 o'clock. So my full day is basically from the time I get up till the time I actually put my head on the pillow. It's almost, I would just say 90% stamping, running the show, right? And it's really hard to pull away for any moment at a time because things drop the ball or things happen. And I know things like that happen when I go on vacation. And it happened, who did it happen to? Ruth Nicholson, if you're watching, I accidentally signed her up for the wrong Let's Just Stamp. I put her in the wrong column, and I meant to put her in the Painterly Pairs, and I put her in the Label Me Grateful and Charming. It happens, right? But how can we fix it? And the same thing happened with Cheryl Bow this last month. I put her in the wrong Sweet class, okay? That's me needing to slow down a little bit. I can't say I shouldn't go on vacation because I need to go on vacation, but what we tried to do is we tried to come up with an amazing registration process that will help us facilitate less mistakes and being more efficient with our time. And it is a Google form. And I know that some of you are not the craziest about doing technology or electronics or that. I get it. I look at my mom and she hands me her phone when I say, hey, did you do this on your phone yet? And she hands me the phone and she says, here, you do it. I'm like, okay, so I get it. But I also know as easy as I can make it for you, that's the best thing. So with this new system that we have, I don't want anybody to be scared or afraid that you're not going to get classes because you don't necessarily know how to do the new form or you want to use the new form. I want to reiterate over and over again that if I can already say Becky Gandolfo, I'm not calling out Becky, but Becky would like me to help her. And if I need to help her do the form, I would rather do the form for her than Sheree not to take classes with me. So there are going to be people, and I love Becky. She's amazing. She's in Michigan, and she's been by my side now for the last 3 years taking classes with me. And I never want her to stop taking classes because of technology or because of the new process. Becky will call me. She'll tell me the classes she wants, and I fill it up. So what I picture myself doing, or maybe Kelly helping me do, is for the people that don't want to, for whatever reason, or cannot use the form for whatever reason, that they reach out to us how they normally do, and we'll fill out the form for them. But if we're filling out the form for maybe let's say less than 10 people and the other 120 people are using the form, perfect, right? So there's always going to be exceptions, or there's going to be some variants that might need us to facilitate. And the other thing too is there are people that like to call, like Becky. She loves to call and she likes to hear my voice. I love to hear her voice. It's perfect. It's our time to catch up. And if it means emailing the CBC enroll like you have done in the past, that's fine too. Will help, right? But what I want to do is for anybody that is able to fill out this new Google form to help us with your enrollment. It's going to help us to encapsulate everything that you want for the entire month and let us know how you want your shipment, how you plan to pay, which classes you're going to maybe order to get for free, which ones you don't want, which ones you do want. Do you want any product shares? Do you want any DSP sampler? Do you want the escape? Do you want, okay, all of that encompassed into one form. That's what we were hoping for. And so if we can facilitate this, and we know that it's going to take a month or 2 or 3, and all of a sudden it's like this is going to work like clockwork. The biggest step we made was having Carissa help us with the CBC enroll and creating an outside email for the enrollments, then me coming into my inbox. That helped separate it so it wasn't so overwhelming for me. And then the other thing is Carissa created this Mac Daddy of a spreadsheet where it helped facilitate the sign up process so that on the back end when we go to ship, I could double check and cross check things. And it was amazing. So everything is an evolve, right? If we're not progressing and moving forward and changing with the times, we're falling behind and not good, right? So we're trying to streamline everything. Okay, so that's a little bit of precursor to why it's important that you guys at least try to use the new form. And all you have to do is fill it out once for the month. Now, if you fill it out once for the month and you didn't sign up for a specific class and you would like to add a class, or let's say you changed your mind on a class, then you just have to send an email and say, hey, I changed my mind on this. I would like to alter this. You don't have to fill out the form again, because that will give us another line item for your name. And then we have to merge things together. So it's basically once you sign up once, then follow up with an email if you need to make changes. That's what we're trying to think is the best thing. Hi, Brenda Loveless. I knew you'd figure it out, and I'll watch the replay. Perfect. Hi, Linda Scott. Hi, Pat Smothers. Hello, Karen Wetstein. Oh, I'm pretty busy. Yes, yeah. My mom always has said that I never let the grass grow beneath my feet. Okay, that's she said that since I was in high school. So, all right. So, what I want to start off with is, especially for those of you who are new to me, you might be watching me for the first time and you're wondering, who is this crazy lady? Okay, my name is Christine Bertram. I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and I've been stamping since 1999. I've been teaching classes since about 2015 to 2016, and I offer a multitude of classes. And that, for some people, is overwhelming. For a lot of people, it's overwhelming in the beginning, and I bet a lot of you who are watching now can attest to that when you first started watching me, it was overwhelming from all the classes that I was offering. And some people, it took about 3 to 6 months to get figured out, like, which class can be free with an order and which class is only offered with it being paid for. And wow, everything that is in between. And all I want to say is, for those people that are newer to me watching, try to look past the feeling of overwhelm. And I always say, if people are overwhelmed in the beginning, just pick up the phone and call me. You guys, I answer the phone. I'm not a robot. I promise that when you call my cell phone number, it is me that answers my phone. Very rarely, my mom will be here and I'll say, Mom, answer it if my hands are in the middle of something. Or maybe Kelly might answer it. Very rarely, probably 3 or 4 times this year has somebody else answered my phone. And I often get the, oh, you're live, or you're real. You didn't have somebody else answer your phone. And that I answer my phone. And if I can talk anybody through all of the things that I offer in a 15-minute conversation versus 10 emails going back and forth, that's always better for me. And hopefully it helps you as well. So that's the thing with your new, just know that I'm an overwhelming, I have lots of things going on. I don't just offer one class a month. We offer always at least 5 core classes. Sometimes there's events, sometimes there's swaps, sometimes there's samplers and product shares. And so there's always just a multitude of stuff going on. Hello, Gwen Petrashek. I can't believe you're actually home and watching me too. Yay. So Donna and Carol Lee and Kay, your escape money arrived today. And when I have a moment, I'll go through the Facebook group and add you into the Facebook group. So that's very good. Oh, Connie said she looked at the form and she loved it. And so I have had 5 people use the form already, which is awesome. So we saw their registrations in. The ultimate goal is you guys get your registration in, and you should receive an email back saying that you got registered. That should act as your notice that we did receive it. And then what'll happen is I will follow up, probably from my MSN email address, because that's where I primarily operate out of at the moment. I'll reply back and let you guys know, hey, we've got you signed up for all these things. This is how much they cost. Please send us the money via whatever method that you picked in the form, right? And then that will initiate you to send money. And then our shipping dates, there's 2 different shipping dates in September. One is if you're only getting classes from me, not the escape, or you're getting product shares or DSP. But one is if you're not getting the escape, we plan to ship your stuff on the 12th. But if you want to get the escape and you want to consolidate everything and get it all at the end of them, like on the 22nd, that's the second shipping date. You might opt for 2. One is send me my classes early and send me my escape later, right? So there's actually 3 different options for shipping, but that form will help tell me that so I don't mess anything up. So the day that we're shipping, I'll go to that form and I will cross-check what you put, and then I cross-check if you paid, and then we go from there. But yeah, so you guys, long story short, I started this off like with saying that I get to do everything with this business that I operate, and I find so much joy in it, and I absolutely love every aspect of it. And people who have been wishing me my congratulations, or congratulations on my million, which not a lot of people get, I get to say it's a labor of love that I absolutely love to do. Every day I look forward to doing what I do. So it's awesome. It was a lot in the beginning and it got easier. Yes, exactly. So I have a few things I'm going to share with you. Some documents and my book where I show you where it's the master of all of everything, where like the ultimate thing is I need to get your name in the book. And then I'm also going to show you where the form is. I'm very pleased to say that the form has all of the cover photos. As of 12 o'clock today, that registration form now has all of the cover photos in it. So it helps you remember what class you're signing up for. And the other thing is all of the events for September in my Cards by Christine website, all of the events for September have the cover photos in them as well. So pretty cool. We got to the goal line on time today with all of that stuff being updated. The next thing I'm going to work on is the Facebook events and also publishing all the emails. So every class that I do, I send basically 2 emails, one on the front end, one on the back end, and sometimes I send it a third time if I have lots of space available and I think about it, I'll send a third email. So yes. Oh, you see my love and care. Yes, I try to take good care of all of you, and I do love all of you. So let me drop this down. Oh, I don't have a Nancy Mole telling me to drink water. All right. So just to recap, I have these cards sitting here, you guys. In case you missed last night's class, we had a phenomenal class. 4 of the 6 cards were fun folds. It featured beautiful motifs and the gallery. And beautiful gallery. So I had them sitting next to me. I don't have any left, but I just wanted to let you guys know that tutorial is out there. And also if you want to watch the video, it's available. Hello, Shelly Lee. You love my pee pig in the background. It is a balloon. Okay, so I had the $1 million sales party at the Fond du Lac Beer Company, and Gina Bulow was in charge of decorating. She was my decorating head honcho. And the party was on the 17th, and this bee is holding up mighty fine, I would have to say. And as long as the bee is not deflated or deflating, I'm going to leave it sit there as a reminder of how awesome that party was. And so, yeah, so that was part of the decoration. It was hanging up at the party. So super cool. All right, so these are some of the documents that I have available on my website. So I do have a website for those that are new to me. It's cardsbychrisby.com. And if you want to email me, you can email me at christine@cardsbycrispy.com. Just know that forwards to my MSN email address, and I reply from my MSN email address. Someday, and probably not in the near future, I will start operating and working out of that email address. I need to have it on my phone, and I got to figure out how to get it on my phone, because right now I operate out of my MSN, right? So that forwards to my MSN, and then I reply to you guys from my MSN. Right? But on cardsbycrispy.com, that's where, hi Judy Sharp, that's where my website is. And under the resources, so there, if you're on your phone, there's a little it's called a hamburger. On the resources tab, it's the first one. So on a phone, you have the hamburger. On your computer or your tablet, they're across the top. But there's different links. The resources and the events are going to be your 2 most used tabs or links. If you're ever considering joining my team, the Be Happy Stampers, this is where you can find more information about it. Once you join my team, I have a team page. And if you join my Inspiration Hive, that's where you can access it under your account. So I have a central repository for all the tutorials that I've created since sometime in the beginning of 2020. And they're all out there. So you could have a monthly or yearly subscription to that. And every month I'm adding at least 5 new tutorials to that database. So super cool. So that's the section here. But under the resources, there's an offering overview. So if you're new to me, hi Julie Bierschbach, this is great because it basically has the different core classes I have on the front, and then it has other classes and Be Happy Stamper stuff. And it says who it's taught by, if it's taught here in the Hive, if it's Diane or if it's Kelly or Rose teaches it, if it's free, if it's offered free with a minimum order, and then also if it's purchasable or not, and then if there's team pricing, it has that. So this is a great overview document. So if I ever say to you, hey, you just placed an order with me, thank you so much, which class would you like to get free with your order? You could pick a monthly, a Let's Just Stamp, the Technique Club class, and that's usually between the 1st and the 10th of the month. And then the Sweet Bundle. I also have other classes available like the Catalog Launch and Color Retirement. Sale-a-bration, hoorah-rah is kind of going away because there's no sale-a-bration. And then order-based classes, right? So these are basically on the back non-kitted classes and other things that I offer. So this document is great, especially if you're new to me. All right, then the next one is there's a calendar. The calendar is great for you to print off. I will have to say that this is not updated all the time. So it's pretty spot on. But if you get to September and you're looking at it, you're going to know there's some changes. I will have to say, Tyler and I were planning to go to Germany for 3 weeks because it's been on our bucket list and to-do list since 2018. We've been talking about it. And we had our tickets purchased, and we decided to cancel the trip. There's a lot of political unrest. There's a lot of shenanigans happening in Germany right now, and Tyler thought it would be best for us to go at a different time when things have settled down. So instead of going to Germany and doing our bucket list trip, we're decided to stay in the States, and we're going to go to Maine, and we're actually going to visit Jolene, which is super cool. So we're going to be going to Maine, New Hampshire, swinging by to see Jolene, and then we're going to go down to Massachusetts for a little bit and hit Rhode Island, because that's like neither one of us have been there yet. So again, so that's what we're doing. And so instead of going for 3 weeks, we're only going to go for 10 days too. So we cut it back. And so that opened up my last week in September. Instead of squishing everything on the front end of September, I had a little more breathing room. I had that breath right now. I got a little more breathing room, and we moved things around. So ink, paper, scissors moved to, so like I'm doing mystery card night. Otherwise Kelly was going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And so like this back last week has really off the walls now. Like mystery is back on Monday when it normally is. Ink, paper, scissors live moved over to Thursday, like my normal nights. I moved the catalog launch party from Friday the 5th over to the 23rd, and I moved the in-person catalog launch to the 24th. So we are going to be hot and heavy here getting ready for the Autumn Creative Escape with kitting that first week of September, and I figured that it would be a little bit more breathing room for doing those classes at the end. So just know that calendar, it's pretty close, but I can't ask Kelly to update it. The last time we updated it, it's not June. It was updated after that. I don't know. Maybe it was June. The whole summer has flown by really fast. But I can't ask Kelly to update this. It's very manual, and it takes her like 10 minutes to alter and edit like one thing sometimes. So just know that this is not the Bible of my classes, okay? The events calendar on my website is. Okay, the other document here is the schedule. And again, this is not the Bible either, because I don't go and update this every time I make a change. That would be so tedious and cumbersome. But the last time this was updated was August 14th, right? So I don't even know if it has those changes that I made that last week of September. But all in all, this is a great document because it tells us what we're doing. In August, September, October, November, December, it shows us what we're featuring for classes. Like ink, paper, scissors has them here. And then we have Let's Just Stamp, what's featured. And then it does not have Roses yet because Rose hasn't told me what she's featuring yet, except for I know what September is, okay? So just know that this is not the Bible either of everything, especially from times and dates, but that's found in the resources tab. Down below here, if anybody's ever looking, there's lots of forms here too and informational stuff here, like recipes. Down here is past classes, so if you're ever wondering what past classes are available, this is generally up to date. Now I said I just went through a few of the classes and I think I've taken them off of here. So the timing might be an issue. In some cases, like there's only one left of that one. There's one left. You might reach out to me, but somebody might have reached out right before and gotten my last one. So it's always a wait for me to let you know if I have it or not. But that's in the resources link. And then under events, this is more of your tried and true, what is accurate. These dates here, so if you look here, ink, paper, scissors is on the Wednesday. Mystery card here, I've got the Let's Just Stamp and my catalog launch party. If you're on your phone and you can't see the top one, all you have to do is twist your phone and then scroll back up, and now it will show the launch party and then the Let's Just Stamp. Your phone is kind of wonky with having to see things, right? You can't see and it won't let you scroll up. So just know that you just have to sometimes twist your phone. But that is all found on my website. That events calendar is going to be the most tried and true of finding things. So I had mentioned today is the 29th, and I've got this set for 1:30, right? So that's where you can, if you're ever questioning a time on something, look here first. That will save you from having to send me possibly an email or a text, and you can answer it yourself really fast, because I don't always get back to people like within seconds. It doesn't happen that way. Hi, Carmen Sanders. Hi, France. Hi, Pamela Leahy. Hi, Becky Rohr. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through some of this document with you. Like we're going to go through this, But I also want to share with you everything in September. I've added a link to that Google form. So if we get to the September monthly class here and we look at it, the first paragraph is check out the new registration form by clicking here if you would like to register for this class and pay outside my website. Now, I have to preface that if you still want to pay for things via my website, I have maybe 10% of people pay for classes via my website. I'd say the other 90% either do Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, check, or cash. 90% of people choose to not pay through my website because they would prefer to not pay the convenience charge. You guys, it's happening all over the place where businesses charge a higher fee or they give a cash discount, right? I have been doing that since the very beginning as well because I don't feel it's fair to raise my prices to be the amount that it would be if using a credit card. So all of my prices I list are always the non-website amount. So when you actually go to pay for them on my website and you look in the drop down, that's why that price is always different than what's listed up above. Because 90% of my people pay outside of my website, which is a convenience to use your credit card, use my website, but it does cost money, right? So that's why that's like that. And so if you still want to pay through the website, like if you're normal, if you normally pay via my website, continue to do it. I'll see your registrations come through that way. It's perfect. But what happens when you fill out this registration form that I have created for you, I can refactor your pricing to have it shipped together so that you can save money by having that consolidated shipping. So if you're getting more than two things, let's say if you're getting more than one thing from me and you're okay with it shipping together, I'll take off some money for the consolidated shipping, right? Because normally everything's either $6 or $7 for shipping for classes or 11. Now, post office just went up, so my priority shipping is going from $11 to it's going to be $12. I just changed it this time. So just know that like whatever the highest shipping amount is always the base pricing, and then everything after it gets reduced pricing. So if you want consolidated shipping and you want to not pay the convenience fee, that's where you want to use this Google form. Okay, so that is listed here though, that if you want to pay outside of the website with PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, check, or cash, fill out the form once. And if you want to change anything, please send an email to CBC Enroll. It's right there. And for those wanting to pay with a credit card, please add the classes to your cart by picking them from the drop down below. Okay, and you can add multiple things to your cart and check out all at the same time. But that's how that works. All right, Deb Norman, we'll catch you later. There's Nancy Mole, better late than never. Hello, Mary Schreiber. Okay, so let me just show you this form really quick. Right, so we're going to click on here, and it takes you into registration with Cards by Christine. You're going to have to put your email address in, right? And this is the email address that's linked to your Google, right? And not everybody has that, so I think that it will work. But if it doesn't, that's where you got to reach out to me. But you got to put your first name, last name, phone number. And here's the thing. I know there are a few people that use a Gmail or have a Gmail email address, but that's not their primary point of emailing. So put the email that you want me to use here, and then your mailing address, just to confirm it. And then do you want ink, paper, scissors? And look at this. We've got the pictures with all the 4 cards. And yes, you want mailed kits, you want porch pickup, or you're going to do in person with Diane, or no, you don't want it. And then do you want the Gathering Together Sweet class? Do you want the Amber Autumn Trees? Do you want the monthly class for September? So it's great because when you're looking at this, you can see the cards and help trigger of, oh yeah, I wanted that one, or no, I didn't like that, I don't want it. And then I've got roses. And so if I'm doing the class with somebody, I have a picture with them. And that means that either that person's teaching it in person or like Rose is teaching the online version. All right, so there's the catalog launch party. And then it says, do you plan to place an order to get any of these classes for free? Now, mind you, like you might change your mind. We're crafters, right? So you might think, oh, I'm going to place an order to get that class for free. And you might put, let's just stamp. And then down the road, you're like, oh man, I don't. Just let me know you changed your mind. It's all good. We can punt. It's all good. We can fix it. Or you might not have planned to place an order, and now you placed an order, and you would like to get a class that you originally were going to pay for. Now you want to get it for free. That's okay too. We work through things. We really do. Okay. So, and then do you want to add any past classes? So I'm going to show off past classes today, and you want multiples. So sometimes you might want 2 of a kit. And this doesn't have the option up here to say 2, but you would down here write, I want 2 of this class, or I would like your Thankful Garden, Lovely Garden, ink, paper, scissors, right? This is open text that you can write whatever you want. So you're going to fill that all out. And I didn't do any of this, so it's not going to let me continue. But then after that, it's going to ask you about your shipping option, and then it's going to ask you about how you plan to pay for it, and then you're done. So, and then I'll see it come through. And then little by little, I'll start working through all those registrations, and I'll reply to everybody and let you know what your total amount due is via email. So, oh, it's all good. I don't remember my Gmail. So, Holly, I'm sure there's a way that you can figure it out. It's probably in your phone. So most of it, well, if you have so Google is a Gmail Android type thing, but I know people with Apple phones also can have Google accounts. You might just go to Gmail and put in that you forgot it, and maybe it'll help trigger what their memory is. Or try to use the email address that you do, because if you link your email addresses to your Google or Gmail address, sometimes that'll work. So, hi Sandy Coy Emery. All right, France, we'll see you later. All right, so we're going to start now. So the ultimate goal is, for me, I need to get you in your book, and by you filling out the registration form, or by you calling me or emailing the CBC Enroll, we need to get you into the book. That is the most important thing. Once you're in the book, that's usually meaning you're going to get your shipment, okay? So time for a drink of water. All right, so I have here, what we're going to start with is the monthly class. And I don't have my purple pen, so we're going to use the green pencil. The monthly class is the class I've been doing since 2016. We offer it 4 times. Online with you guys is going to be the 4th. It's really early. It's the first Thursday in September. And then I have a Saturday, and I have 2 times on a Monday. And we do about 68 of this class now, which is pretty amazing. And so this one is always 3 different stamp sets or 3 different products featured. It may use dies or embossing folders or anything, right? It's a free game. So for this month, we feature, and I do have to preface you guys, I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't know how it happened, but we transitioned into the fall, and we went, like, we threw up fall all over all the cards. Pretty fall cards. But if fall is not your cup of tea, you might be telling me to go fly a kite this month. And I would totally understand why, because there's a lot of fall that is coming down the pipeline for September. If you love fall, you're going to be in heaven, okay? But we do have the Escape, and the Escape is not all fall. So that one might be the best option for you if you don't like fall, because there's only a couple fall cards in there. But I just have to preface you guys, this is going to get like, wow, lots of browns, lots of Cajuns, lots of crushed curries. Fall, okay? Just ready for it? Here it goes. Okay. Beautiful pumpkins, the beautiful pumpkins, the beautiful pumpkins. It reminds me of the beautiful people, the beautiful people. Okay, the beautiful pumpkins. My Hotmail was linked to your Gmail a long time ago. If I ever need my Gmail, I have no idea what it is, but it worked for you. You were able to register because of that linking, which is super great. Okay, I'm so glad. I love fall. Oh, perfect. Holly loves fall cards. Great. Okay, so beautiful pumpkins, you guys. So what you need on this one is a sentiment. And I actually use beautiful motifs. I didn't even use the sentiments in here. Maybe on the inside. Nope, I didn't even stamp it inside yet. I got the pumpkin down there, but the pumpkin comes from here. But all the die cutting, you guys, thank goodness I have Anna Rebadou is working on it already. She's already cutting all the vines and the stems, and these pumpkins are already done, and Karen Ford's helping. Oh, this one's already in the works. So this is beautiful pumpkins. All you need is a sentiment. If you have some sort of a pumpkin stamp, you could stamp the inside. This would make a great Thanksgiving card too, right? So we're early. We got Thanksgiving cards coming out here. Birthday card, thinking of you card, get well card. And again, it features beautiful pumpkin. And then this is where we finally got in. I don't know where my sunflower embossing folder is. I think that Rhonda still has it because she's working on embossing. So we did tweak this slightly from last week. Last week we had a lot of crushed curry going on, and we added the matte of vanilla to help make it pop. So on this one we did pull in Unbounded Love, and we made this sympathy, but the happy birthday could go on the inside, and you could make this a birthday card, a get well card. It could be anything. And we featured some of the new two-tone cardstock up at the top, and that's why it's got the white specklies, which pulls in the vanilla. So that features the sunflower embossing folder. You just need some pecan ink, crushed curry. We sponged that a little bit in espresso. And then our tractor card in honor of my dad. My dad loves blue tractors, and so that is why I went with blue. I didn't do green, I didn't do red, right? We did go with the blue for Ford New Holland. So we made my dad happy. So now I've got a card for my dad. When I am done, I can send this to him. Wishing you a day filled with love and happy moments. Now that comes from branching out, but you really only need something to stamp, and you wouldn't even have to stamp that. All you're going to need is a sentiment down here. So you guys, once you see this, you can't unsee it. But doesn't that look like an egg? It looks like that you're cooking an egg and you've got your yolk and your egg whites. So, but this comes from the stamp set called Tractor and Company. There's been a lot of cards out there that I've been seeing where people have been doing stamping, but we definitely wanted to provide a card for you where you didn't necessarily have to own this, but this would make a great card for a little boy, a teenage boy, a guy, like a girl who likes tractors too, right? It really doesn't matter. It could go for anybody, but I was definitely thinking of my dad when this card came out onto paper. So Tractor and Company. So this class right here, the monthly class, is always one that you can get free with an order, or you can buy it, whichever you prefer, whatever is best for your budget, right? So it is free with a $60 order, or it is $19 plus shipping, right? And I say plus shipping because shipping will vary if you're getting multiple classes. If you're getting this class only by itself, it would be $25. You'd need an orange for the Kubota, yep. And so what you could do, Penny, is you could completely case this card and definitely make yourself an orange Kubota, and then you might change out we went with this, if you guys notice, we pulled in the need for tweed designer paper here and over here because we needed to feature it at some point, and it worked good with this. But you might, I don't know if orange, you'd have to see but you could, at least what I'm saying is you could case it. And we definitely made it an easel card so that it kind of pops up like that. All right, that is the monthly class. Pat says, are the pumpkins online exclusives? Is there a printout available for the September online exclusives, or when might it be available? Okay, so that there is a printout. Okay, first off, there is a printout, and I do have it for those on my team, and I know you're on my team, but for those on my team, I put it in our Be Happy Stampers Facebook group. And on the 3rd, when they are available, I'm going to move that file into the Beekeeper's Guide, right? So it's available. The reason that you probably, like, if you're, like, demonstrators can see it now. It is an available file. I don't know if we're allowed to share it, though. That's the crazy thing. It's not a catalog. It's a printable PDF. We aren't allowed to share the inside of the catalog at the moment, the holiday catalog, which makes me believe we're not allowed to share the PDF yet. So that's why I haven't put it out. I don't want to get in trouble ever. So I haven't put it out there yet. So, but on Tuesday, I plan to put it in the Beekeeper's Guide, and I'll also put it I'll put it in the Beekeepers folder, and I'll put it in my resources section of my website. And the other thing Kelly is working on is updating the Beekeeper's Guide for version 3, and she'll have it incorporated. All of the online exclusives that are new for the fall are going to be incorporated in the Beekeeper's Guide along with the new holiday catalog. So there will be a printable, and it will be part of the Beekeeper's Guide. So that's a long answer to your short question. So, okay. All right. So that, you guys, was the monthly class. All right. So let's all go to A and W. All right. So there's that. And put you over here. So next one. Let's look at ink, paper, scissors. Is right here. Ink, paper, ink, paper, scissors here. So ink, paper, scissors features Autumn Toil. All right, Autumn Toil. I have my holiday catalog. Thanks for the info. Oh, you betcha. Hi, Pat Bischoff. You messed up on Eastern Essential. We just got started. I just only first showed off the first class, which is the monthly cards. The next class, the second class that we're going to talk about, is ink, paper, scissors, and it features the Autumn Toil Suite. All right, so Autumn Toil Suite has 2 stamp sets in it. It has Autumn Trees and Amber Autumn. And we did feature focal images from both sets. Now, I will say we tried to avoid that because I know there are a lot of people who love their cards matching identical to the cards that we create. And when we don't use focal images a lot, you guys are able to do that because you just add in your sentiments. Well, with this specific suite, it was really hard not to use the focal images. So hopefully, if you love the stamp sets and you plan to buy them, great. But I always say, if you don't have the stamp sets and you don't want to buy the stamp sets, always buy things that you love and use what you have. There are plenty of other stamp sets that probably you have in your arsenal that you could use in lieu of, or leaving them off, right? And or figuring something else out, right? So that's what I always like to say. So these are going to be a little bit more heavily intensive with focal images. So just putting that out there into the world. So in these 4 cards, we did grab 3 of the three main focal images. This thing is kind of glaring. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to put it right here. So there's a pumpkin set here, and that we used on this one. All of these were colored with watercolor pencils, so not even blends. Joy asked a question, can we see past Beekeeper's Guide like version 2 after it's updated? Yep, I'll show you. Let's just show you right now really quick. So in the Beekeeper's Guide, I have a folder for the Beekeeper's Guide. So in marketing, where's Beekeeper's Guide? Right there. The version 2 is here. The version 1 is here. The shopping guide for the July online exclusives is here, and we have sale-a-bration from January in here. So I plan to just keep adding them to the folder, right? So if you have access to the Beekeeper's Guide folder, both 1 and 2 are still in there, okay? Good question. So focal image here, we colored with watercolor pencils. This focal image got used here with the acorns and the leaves. And then autumn trees, we pulled in the big tree. I can't wait to show you how I scribbled this and colored that and made it look like that. And then this one has just die cutting on it. So it's a sentiment, 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 sentiment. And the sentiments came from this one and also this one. Thankful for You came from somewhere else. It came from Gathering Moments. And the thank you came from, I believe, textured, excuse me, textured notes. Cough, drink. Okay. So all the die cutting is done for you, though. You're very welcome, Joy. So, like, this is really cool. It uses some of that new earthen metallic foil paper. It's already die cut. Anna did a phenomenal job die cutting that for you. It's already back here. We used it again here. in the spots where you need the focal images, you'll be getting, in this case, you'll get a piece of white that is big enough for your tree. And in these cases, you'll get a piece of vanilla together, and you'll stamp your pumpkins on one side and you'll stamp this on the other, but you'll get one piece. And so if you don't have them, the piece will be big enough for the size that we have them. But if you don't have these, then you'll be able to use that paper for what you do have. Okay, so that is the Autumn Toil Ink Paper Scissors. 4 awesome cards featuring these stamp sets. And you guys will have it live on the 24th, all right? It is a fee-based class. You can only pay for this class. And, oh, I lost the verbiage here. There's more verbiage down here. So this class is $34 with porch pickup and $41 if you need it mailed to you, right? So again, if you are getting the Escape with me and you're adding on this class, then I only add $2 on for shipping, right? Then the class is only $36. So, all right, so perfect. So that's ink, paper, scissors. All right, let's move over to Let's Just Stamp, which is right here. Now, it might feel like deja vu because we also are featuring these 2 stamp sets. We're calling this class Amber Autumn Trees. So Amber Autumn Trees is the name for this one. And you're going to notice and recognize the pumpkin. Now, 3 completely different cards, right? They're not the same, and they use different layouts, different patterns, all that good stuff. But we did use the pumpkin again here. We used the tree here, and then we used the acorns and the leaves here, right? So we did 3 different cards for this Let's Just Stamp. Now, I will have to say, normally for Let's Just Stamp, we don't do a lot of die cutting. Oh, it was hard not to. So we do have a few die cut pieces here, and you'll have some circles that are die cut. This one was a true traditional Let's Just Stamp, though. So for those that don't have the stamp set, again, what could you use in lieu of it? And we used a lot of brown ink and colored pencils for coloring in it. Anything die cut like that is die cut. And in this case, you can stamp whatever you want on your circle. Here you'll get a piece of vanilla that big enough for you to stamp that. And if you don't have it, what else could you stamp? You could even leave it off and just use the circle as your focal image, right? So there's opportunities here. here for a few minutes, only have time to give you a thumbs up. Perfect. Thanks, Mimi. We'll catch you later on the replay. All right, and then this guy is now a non-fall looking card. It still says autumn wishes. Our leaves are starting to turn, but we made the tree not an autumn tree, but you could color it however you wanted. So Let's Just Stamp is $19 plus shipping, or it's free with an order. You guys will get me on September 15th doing that class on live, or you could online, or you could do the class with Diane in person. All right, that's called Amber Autumn Trees. Then we also have, are you ready for more fall? The sweet class is called Gathering Together in September. Online, we're going to do that together with you guys on November. So if I say November, I mean September. For some reason, I have it in my head November. It's September 11th. So wait, there's more fall. Okay, so hi, Tanya. Gathering Moments is the stamp set that we're featuring for the sweet class. Now, we did pull in sentiments from other stamp sets. So you guys are going to do some hand stitching. And I don't generally, I'm not afraid to pull in retired products as long as I know I have enough. And in this case, there was a braided twisted gold thread from last fall. And I had enough rolls that we could do the gold. I thought it looked a lot richer with gold than with doing the brown twine. So I'm not afraid to pull in retired stuff. So just know that sometimes we'll pull in retired gems or retired ribbons into our cards. And so in this case, there is a little bit of retired gold thread here. So you'll have enough to do your sewing. So we're going to do some hand stitching here. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it so that you have enough. I will tell you, there is a way to use way too much, and there is a way to be strategic. And I want to show you that during the live. So when you guys get to making this card, if you're going to make it ahead of time, you might end up running out of gold thread. I could see it happening. We're giving everybody 20 inches, and I still had an inch and a half left after that. So it was perfect. So, but this gold thread, it was what you guys got in the Little Bit Festive Stamp-a-Stack. So just know you might have it if it's, we had to be strategic about how much we gave because we only had 3 rolls, which was what we needed for making 80 kits. And then here's the brown, right? So you just need a brown stamp for that, and Gather comes from there. This one is using the big leaf from here, and we embossed and we put many thanks. And so again, your die cutting will be done. This one you just need a sentiment, and this one you just need a sentiment. These would be great Thanksgiving cards too, fall birthdays, these would be a pretty sympathy card too. So just need a sentiment on that. And the same thing on this one, a sentiment on this one. Now, just so you guys know, you're going to get your 3 pieces here all in a row, and you're going to end up cutting them. It just saved Karen a little time for cutting. And your brown, you're going to get one big square, and you'll cut yours into quarters then. So just a sentiment. Now, this class is free with an order, or it's $22 plus shipping. So it just depends. And as you can see here, the Thankful for You comes from that. All these sentiments come from here, but you could easily pull in other sentiments. So that class is the Sweet Bundle class for September, featuring Gathering Moments stamp set, but we're calling it Gathering Together Sweet class. All right, so that's that one. Then we also have one ad hoc class that is kitted in September, and it's called the Catalog Launch in Color class. Choose your words. Catalog Launch Fun Folds class. So it's under here. It's under Extras in September. It's the Holiday Mini Catalog Launch class. We're going to be together on September 23rd at 1 p.m. So I did a little switcherooing. Originally, I was going to use that 23rd for doing all our YouTube Autumn Creative Escape presentations that I have for the Make and Takes. And because we're not going to Germany, I switched things around, and I pushed that YouTube class that we're going to do for the for the Make and Takes, that got pushed out to Friday. And then the catalog launch party got put on that Tuesday. Okay, so it's the 23rd. You guys ready for some fun folds? All right. I used to make 96 of fun folds, but I had the last couple times I had like 15 left, and I still have some fun fold like catalog launch class left from January. So I only made 80. When they're gone, you guys. I don't think we'll make more because we'll be into the thick of the next thing. But if you really are wanting this class, I would really encourage you to get your registration in for like right away. Okay, so there are 4 cards for this one, and we're featuring 4 different stamp sets, and nobody refrained me from designing how I wanted it to. There was nobody holding my hand, or like I should say nobody like telling me no. So and I have the cards that we use for inspiration from these. I'll share them during the class. This one features Snowy Delights, and all you need is a sentiment, and we put Happy Winter in it. We got to use some of that new blue glimmer paper, and so it looks like this, and then you can flip it over, and that's where you can write your love note, and it's perfect. All these are A2 size cards, so they fit in an A2 size envelope. So this is perfect, right? So it goes flat, but then it's a cool one because it stands up like that. We use the words from Snowy Delight. No, I lied. This Happy Winter is actually from Snowflake Kisses. Okay. Then this one is from Branching Out, and it's a little flipperoo card here. So you flip this up, you flip this over, and Thinking of You. Now, this could be easily made into a Thanksgiving card. I could not find some Thanksgiving stamps for the life of me that are current. So I made it into a hello, happy birthday, happiest birthday wishes, thinking of you brings joy to my heart, right? So I made it into a birthday card. All right, this guy features Spooky Halloween. This is the only Halloween card you're going to get out of me this whole year, I guess. So it's because generally I've had feedback from people that they don't do a lot of Halloween cards, and they'd rather have Christmas or Thanksgiving or other ones, fall cards. So this is the only Halloween card you're going to get. And it's featuring Spooky Halloween, and there's 2 different versions of it. And you're going to get one or the other, and it just is the difference is the designer paper. So there's one here that has this pattern and then this pattern, and they're interchangeable. We have equal amounts of both, so you're just randomly going to get one or the other, right? I know that some of you might be sad if you wanted this one or you wanted this one and you got the opposite. Don't think that way. Just be cognizant that you're going to get an awesome card. You could always case it. You could get more of the product, and you can make another one, right? So that's really cool. This opens like this, right? So it goes like that, and then this slides right into there. So like that, and then same thing with this one. So, but all the die cutting will be done for you. The house, the fence, the bats, super cute, right? Is that goo or is it ink? Hang on. Oh, it's goo. Very cool. It's really easy to get goo off. All right, so that's the Halloween card. The last one is your Lights of Aurora. I call it the Aurelia Berelia, the Aurelis Berilius, right? However you say the words. Choose your words. So Light and Wonder is the stamp set, and it's the Lights of Aurora Suite. That I can say. I have a hard time with the Aurelia Berelia. I made it look like you're looking over a mountain, and there's a lake here, and then you've got your Lights of Aurora up in the sky, or your northern lights. And I did emboss this. You could stamp it in black, but it looked sharper and crisper in black. And so may your day be filled with love, best wishes. Okay, I'm still not done with this card, you guys. Oh man, I feel like you just saw underneath the skirt, and I'm not done. So this paper like this, I'm going to give everybody a sheet, a full sheet, and you're going to be able to cut it to put in here. So when you open this up, you're going to have the Lights of Aurora in the inside. Okay, that's how it's going to look. So, and use your envisioning mind, and you'll be able to see it. And so some will look like that. Some are going to have pinks in them. Some are going to have more balmy blues. But I'm going to just give everybody, that paper is 6x6. So you're just going to get that 6x6 sheet in your kit, and you'll be able to cut it, and then, yeah, it'll be good. So perfect, right? Good deal. Oh, all right, very good. All right, so that's that. Very nice. So that's it. That's the Fun Folds class. So this one is $22 or free with an order. All right, so very, very cool beans and bagels. All right, so there's that. And we need this over here. Okay, and we can put this over here. So that is the Kellogg launch. Now those are the, okay, and there's one more class. The last class is Rose's class that she's doing. So, okay, so if you are in Canada, Canada, and you would like to do the suite class, your girl is Rose Coleman. Talk to Rose Coleman from Canada. Her information, I'll give it to you if you don't have it. She kits up the suite class in Canada, and then she also does the technique class in Canada. But I also do the technique class with her. I kit it up, and she sent me pictures of the cards just a moment ago. Well, last night. Yesterday. Where do I have Rose? One moment in time. There it is. Okay, so These are the cards. So wait, there's more fall. All right. So she featured Gathering Moments stamp set. And so for the Technique Club class with Rose Coleman, that class is on the 25th of September. You place your order between the 1st and the 10th of the month. It says, and after 10 consecutive months, you'll get some host rewards for me, which no longer are a thing really, but they're a thing. We're making them live on through this class. So it's free with a $60 order. It is not a class you can pay for. And you'll get that kit, and her technique she's featuring this month is also hand stitching, right? So you'll get some of the brown ribbon, and then this card too also has hand stitching with the green ribbon on the side. So that's your third card. So those are the 3 cards that Rose is featuring for the Technique Club class. So there are 6 kitted classes next month. The 5 core, and then the Fun Folds is an add-on. So those are the like 6 classes. So those are the first things that you'll do when you go through the registration form, is tell us which ones you want of those. But there's also more things that we have coming up for you in September. So if we go to the extras in September, right here, there's a holiday mini catalog DSP sampler. All right. So what is the DSP sampler? You guys will, if you watch me do lives, I show this off as much as I possibly can. So a DSP sampler is this. It's a sampling of the DSP, and it has the color swatches on the side. We do this 3 times a year with each new catalog, and then we include the online exclusives that launched at that exact moment and the ones that launched 2 months prior. So this next DSP sampler is going to have the July release for the online exclusives, the September release for the online exclusives, and the holiday mini catalog. So those 3 things are going to be encompassing in this holiday mini one, right? The cost is $27 for porch pickup, or if you're having it mailed in your escape box. Otherwise, it's $40. No, what is it? It's 30. No, it's 30. 27 plus 11 is 38. It's 30. It's $12 for shipping. So that makes it 39. Okay, so it's $39 if you want it mailed to you. All right. So how it comes is like this. And I do have, if you're just new to me and you'd love to get the past ones, I have some from the spring available, and I have some from the annual catalog available. Maybe like 15 of the spring, and I have maybe 10 of the annual catalog. And all 3 of them, if you want all 3 of them, I could ship them all together, and there's not $12 shipping for each one. The first one would be $12, and then it'd be $2 and $2. So it would be like, the shipping is a lot less if we consolidate things. So, but just know I have all 3 of them available. So if you missed out on the first from the beginning of the year and the middle of the year, I can still make it happen. So that's the DSP sampler. The other thing that is not on here that should be, I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yes. The product shares. So I do product shares. And if you're looking for information on the DSP sampler, I have it on my events calendar. If you go to the events calendar, I always put that on the day the catalog launches. So I have the product shares and the sampler. So if you're looking for more information on this stuff, go to September 3rd. That's where it is. And then the product shares. So the product shares, you could do papers, you could do ribbons, you could do embellishments, you could do a combination of them, or you could do all 3. And I have all the information here. So there's 3 a la carte options. Some people never want the designer paper, but they want the gem. Some people want the ribbon. Some people want the gems in the ribbon. Some people want DSP and gems. It's whatever you want. You just gotta, when you register, just let me know what you're looking for. So it tells you what you get for papers, what you get for ribbons, and what you get for embellishments. And they're pretty cool. So let me just show you, for example, like this, I have 2 left. These 2, I still have these left from the annual catalog. I have, you know, because paper gets divided by ultimately 8, I ended up with 2 extra that I was cutting it up. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to just cut for 6 more. I cut for 8. So I still have these 2 awesome packs that are left from the annual catalog. So like this little paper pack and this one is kind of what it will look like. Let me show you. I'll grab the ribbon really quick. I don't have any ribbons or gems left from the annual catalog because these are going to Carolyn Ketchmark. But this is what the ribbon will end up looking like, right? So it'll get a sampling, a 1/5 of a package of all the ribbons, right? So if you want to get that on the new holiday catalog, you can. And then this is part of the goodie bag actually for the escape. So Judy Immel's been working on these all week. So this is not the share For the share, you'll get 1/5 of it. So you get 2 gold rings and 1/5 of the package. But for the escape, we give everybody 1/10. And so, because that's how it works out for the goodie bag. But this is just a little snippet of, like, this is the half of what you'll get. If you get the full-blown product share for me for the embellishments, you'll get double this. This is what everybody's getting for the escape. So it's like because everybody gets a $50 goodie bag for the escape, you get 1/10 of the ribbon, 1/10 of the gems, and then you basically get a paper pack like that. So we're starting to work on these already. So for the product share, if you're looking for information on the product shares, if you get all 3, let's say you get the ribbon, the gems, and the paper, you can also pick out a class that's offered free with an order. So you could pick out the monthly class, the Let's Just Stamp, the Sweet class, the catalog launch party, right? So you'd pay $103 plus shipping. And if you want to pay for it down here in my website, oh man, so I'll have to say technically, I haven't put the add to cart link on yet because I'm not supposed to collect money. Technically, you're not supposed to collect money, so I've left it off, right? So about 2 days before, so it's Tuesdays when we can order. I think by Sunday I can turn the add to that on there for people that want to pay for the website. But for those that want to order it and register for it now, I won't collect your money before the 3rd, most likely, so I'm not worried about it. So just know that that's why the add to cart button isn't on there quite yet. Paper shares are a great for the envelopes. Yes, they sure are. I'm not doing a Memories and More class in September. So Donna Grushki just asked, so extras in September, I've gone through everything except for the last thing I want to go through for September here is the Autumn Creative Escape. There's going to be, Donna, if you look here, extras in November. The Memories and More class is set for November. So we'll cover that in October's showcase. Hi, handsome kitten. How are you, big boy? Hi, Mom. When are you going to be done? I want love. I want your chair. I want to be showing off. Oh, man. Really, buddy? Okay, we're going to do a showcase around you. You guys, this is Bigger Tigger. For those of you who don't know, he knows how to take up the camera because he is a big boy. All right, kitten. So, Donna, if that helped, the Memories and More class and a Stamp-a-Stack are slated for in November, not in September. So the only extras really that I have in September are the Fun Folds class and the Escape, all the shares, all that good stuff, okay? So we've gone through the product shares. We've gone through the DSP sampler. Is there anything else that I have? Oh, the Escape. Oh, man. You guys haven't seen these cards. This is brand new, hot off the press. I literally designed the last card this morning. I forgot to do it last night. I don't know how I forgot, but I definitely forgot last night, and I did it this morning, right before my mom got here, which was perfect timing. So I have 9 Escape cards to show you, and how the Escape works is it's 4 one-day events in September, and if you want to do the online version, there will be 2 YouTube. There's going to be 2 YouTube creative presentations each day. And a lot of what people have told me, oh, is that enough? Did you get enough? Okay. Mom. He's still here, you guys. But I gave him lots of love, and he got annoyed with me. He looked up at me like with a frumpy face. So for the Escape, we're going to do it slightly different this time. Not major different. You guys aren't going to notice much difference, but if you want to attend in person, you could pick one of the days. It's the same format each day. I get to eat the same lunch every day, and you could pick Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, right? And you could attend in person here in the Hive, and it's amazing. People are coming in from near and far, and they come in, spend the day, and then they fly back. It's just like it's a one-day, like, no holds barred, just awesome to be with creative, crafty people and creative presentations. So what happens is in the online community, it's not one specific day. You could do the program whenever you wanted. Those YouTubes are going to be there for you to watch at any point when you're ready. If you want to watch them when they air, you can definitely do that. What's different is normally we did 2 in-person presentations each day, usually one at 10 and one at like about 1 or 2. And we learned after doing the Stampin' Fun in the Sun that gets to be a lot. And we only did 1 creative presentation for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun each day. And that allowed for everybody here just to get more time to work on their projects so they didn't have to take things home. They could finish it. So what we came up with the idea back in June was we're going to pre-record 4 creative presentations and launch or air them at 10 o'clock each morning so that you can watch them at 10 o'clock like you normally would have. So I've got Gina's going to pre-record one, Jenna Helms is going to pre-record one, Jean Terwilliger is going to pre-record one, and Jay Shante is going to pre-record one. So those 4 girls, lovely crafters, are going to pre-record them so that I can launch them for you at 10 o'clock Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So you can watch them, be inspired, work on those projects, and then come back at 2 o'clock or 1, whenever we set it up. And I have 4 lovely ladies that are going to present each day in the afternoon. And those will be live in the Hive. And they're awesome. I have 3 brand new people that have never presented, and they are so excited to share their projects with you that they're working on. We take your registration form and we make sure that we try to cover everything that people are looking for ideas on, and we incorporate them in between the 8 different creative presentations, right? So it's the same but a little bit different. And so for those that are online, you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't make it those days. There's no days to really attend. It's when it fits into your schedule. And then I'm going to piggyback, so the event ends on that Sunday. We're going to mail your boxes on Monday. I never mail them ahead of time, right? Because there's always something that is a hiccup that either we missed, we forgot. And by mailing your boxes after the event, it allows us to make sure your box is complete. And if you won from the raffle or you won from the swaps, then your prizes are in there. It's awesome. And so the boxes get mailed on Monday, the 22nd, I think. And then I will be doing my YouTube lives on Friday. Right? We're going to make all the 9 make and takes together with me on Friday. And again, if you can't make it on that Friday, you can watch that live whenever it works for you. I just thought that instead of doing the lives on Tuesday, the day after everything ships, if I wait till Friday, that allows you guys time to get, some of you will have your boxes in time then for the creating, which is super cool. Okay. So I'm going to share these 9 cards with you. With this event, you'll get an attendance gift that is branded with Be Happy on it. Which is pretty cool. We are in the works of getting that. There's 2 pillow gifts, which one of them, I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the back counter, do you see all that pink and orange? All right, so we've already started to work on them. I need to tie about 240 bows. All right, that's why they're staged and ready for me to tie the bows, because I'm picky and I like the bows tied a specific way and I like the tails trimmed a specific way. So if I wasn't so picky, they'd be done already, but I'm picky. So my mom was here this morning and she staged them. She's got the ribbon ready. So all I have to do is tie the bow. So they're over there. So one of the pillow gifts is almost done, and we've got the other pillow gifts almost done as well. So we're really working ahead, which is super cool. So you get pillow gifts. There's a prize patrol. You have the 9 make and takes, and it's the creative content. At this moment, there's 11 different suites, and we have 9 already accounted for where we have displays that will be set up in the garage. All of that stuff will be photographed by Kelly, who's a professional photographer, and they'll be put in albums. So you guys will be creative content galore, plus the 8 creative presentations. So all of that, right? Oh, and Patricia Settle said, and don't forget about the cookies, okay? And the cookies are fresh because my mom makes all the cookies on Sunday for shipping them out on Monday. So yes, the cookies are as fresh as they possibly can be, and they are homemade from the heart from my mom. Super cool. Hi, Doris Munson. You can catch the replay. Absolutely. So let me just share with you the cards. You guys, you're going to get bigger Tigger's butt in this. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to drink water. And then I'm going to show you the 9 cards. We definitely kept the cards so that you didn't have to have these stamp sets. So with these, this is all product that is newly launching on next Tuesday, or we may have pulled in some product from the July release as well. There's going to be 9 cards featuring 9 different stamp sets. And so many people get worried that they have to have these stamp sets. It comes down to the mindset of, if you don't love it, don't buy it. Buy what you love, use what you have. And a lot of these were just specifically designed for you to have only needing sentiments, okay? So I'm gonna drop the camera down. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. I told you get bigger by Tigger's butt here. Okay, first card is the last card to be made. I made this morning. Yeah, last one. It's a shaker card. So there are some new tree domes and some new sprinkles. So I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, you guys. Your prize patrol is usually the embellishment that I cannot have a helper kit up. So you guys, your prize patrol will be these gold gems. Super cool. And you'll get the tree dome in your goodie bag. And it features pine tree trimmings. And again, sentiments. Think of sentiments. So all the die cutting, the embossing will be done. And this features one of the new designer papers, which is super cool. It says, "Oh, Christmas tree." Now the words come from that set, and the tree on the inside comes from that set, and the words do. But again, you guys could use whatever sentiments you want. It's a new little bundle that I think is one of the online exclusives, right? So another shaker card for you. Love it. Okay, so that's one of the cards. Then a second card features branching out. Right, so that's branching out, and it uses autumn wishes. And actually autumn wishes comes from the other autumn set, right? But whatever words you want, you'll have all the die cutting done. There is a little stamping down here, right? There, we did use the stamp here, but it looks perfectly perfect without having the stamping back there too, right? So you could get by without having those stamps, or they've had lots of little, not little, but they've had lots of other sets with foliage throughout the year, pine bough stuff that you could stamp as well. Ooh, he migrated. Let's get you back right there. All right. So very cool. So that's branching out card. Oh, and the inside, we did stamp the pine bough up there with some words. All right, so branching out is that next one. This other one is featuring snowflake kisses. Love these dies. I always love the dies like that. So Autumn Toil has one like that. Right, so this is the card, and it's wintry. So if kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. Does come from snowflake kisses. And then on the inside, we've got some snowflakes and happy winter at the top. We used that happy winter on a different card, and this is where it comes from. So use some of that new fluffy white ribbon and some of those stars that are the gemsy. So all you need is a sentiment for this, and the girls are going to die cut that all for you. All right, so that's that one. This next one is from Ornamental Christmas. Sorry. And we made an ornament. So Ornamental Christmas, so all you need is a sentiment, which it does come from this set, and the die cutting embossing will be done. And then here we have 'Tis the Season. I had a hard time putting a black tree in there, but it matched the card. But so again, when it comes to this, you guys, you could, at home, you could sample whatever you wanted. But so we've got Ornamental Christmas. Now we pulled in the new Peaceful Days and Peace on Earth. So Peace on Earth and Peaceful Days. Did we? Okay, we used the little star things from there. Warmest Winter Wishes. Let me think where that comes from. It's probably on the recipe card. It is from Peaceful, or from Delicate Pines. Okay, so on the inside we stamped the little sprig thing and Celebrate the Season, and the words come from a different stamp set. So we really didn't even use Peace on Earth. We very little used Peaceful Days. What we primarily used were the dies, right, to get the doves here, and then we used that new embossing folder, and then we added a little bit of that blue ribbon, and then those really pretty flower hues of flowers gems, hues of blues flower gems. So again, another card where you don't necessarily need to have any focal images. Okay, so then we are doing a double dip. So you might recognize this card from the Sweet class in September, and that's okay. We do that, you guys. We're very strategic about how we do things, and so we only pulled in 2 cards from September. So a lot of these other cards, you'll see them sprinkled into other classes throughout the rest of the year, but this one is one that we pulled in from Gathering Moments. You'll only need to have a sentiment, and so all that die cutting will be done. We use Many Thanks, and on the inside we stamped the little acorn. So again, this is a double dipper. So if you're doing September Sweet class with me and you're doing the escape, you'll end up with 2 of these, but that's good, I think, because then you could always not feel so bad about sending them out, right? I know some people like to save cards for samples and ideas, but this time you don't have to. So this is our other double dipper for the month of September, because it's beautiful. It's an amazing gourmet card. Features beautiful pumpkins, the beautiful pumpkins, the beautiful pumpkins, and it's just all you need is a sentiment. So we thought this was the perfect escape card. So we've got our 2 fall cards here, and you'll get all your paper ready to go. That all you got to do is stamp a little and assemble. All right, so that's the fall one. Now, I mentioned that Diane and I worked ahead. I think I mentioned this on the live yesterday. Diane and I worked a little bit ahead. We created the ink, paper, scissors for December because it's a swap that I'm doing. So I'm making these cards for a swap, so we need to get them done. Plus one of them is an escape card. And we did the November ink, paper, scissors. So I'm going to show you the full entire class, just to show it to you, because I have a hard time not showing you things. Don't tell me at this moment, though, that you want to do December ink, paper, scissors or November ink, paper, scissors. I'm going to show you the cards. You can make a mental note, go to your calendar, go on to the form, the schedule, and circle it that you know you want it. But just know when it comes time for the registration for the November class and the December class, that's when you can tell me that you want it, okay? So, but Lights of Aurora, the Aurora Borealia, this is the card that we're going to be doing for the escape, which is so pretty, right? All you need is the sentiment. That die cutting will be done for you. The snow hill will be cut. Your labels will be cut. And this is the set. It's called Light and Wonder, but we pulled in Celebrate from Beautiful Motifs. And then we have May Your Day Be Filled with Magic. And you could stamp May your day be filled with light. May your day be filled with wonder. Wishing you a year of love, right? Again, you might not have this. So whatever you want to do for sentiments, right? But so that's an escape card, but it's also the ink, paper, scissors for December card. This is another ink, paper, scissors for December. Isn't that really pretty? And then this one is another escape. Now, this is kind of darker, but once you see it, there are deer standing in the front. So this is another escape card. Reverse. Ink, paper, scissors card. And then we had to go with a simpler, easy card, but really pretty, showing off the Aurora Borealia. So those are your ink, paper, scissors for December and your escape card for next month. All right. Then we designed ahead for the ink, paper, scissors for November, which features the Delicate Pines, right? So we have the Celebrate the Season and Warmest Wishes here. Now that got used in a different card, but these are like, there's tons of dies in here. There's 22 dies. It's just a ton. So the snowflakes are like pine boughs, right? So what we have here, this is your escape card, right? That's the one we picked for the escape. Really pretty. All you need is a sentiment. You got your snowflakes on there. And then on the inside, we've got the Let It Snow. This is really mean, you guys. May the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. And then here, boom, let it snow. Yeah, we want to wish you snow. We just thought it was kind of funny saying. But again, you can put whatever sayings you want on these, right? They're ready to go. So that's the escape card and ink, paper, scissors for November. This is also ink, paper, scissors for November. And then this is ink, paper, scissors for November. And then there's 5, you guys. We're doing a 5er for November. Ink, paper, scissors for November. And then that pretty one. Ink, paper, so 5 cards for ink, paper, scissors in November, featuring Delicate Pines, and then that will be your escape card. All right, so kind of showing you things a little bit ahead of time. Oh, Tigger, are you really going to fall asleep, buddy? All right, so the Lights of Aurora. He is so funny. Yes, he's just right here. All right. Those are the 9 cards. Now, there's one more thing that I just remembered that we didn't have a chance to design. There's a 3D project as well. And what we're thinking of doing is using that ornament. Leave a sleeping giant lay, right? There's an ornament ring that everybody's going to get for the escape. And you're going to probably most likely make an ornament as your 3D project. We haven't buttoned that up or figured that out yet, but there's a 3D project as well. So the escape is amazing. If you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, there's a team discount, so you get it for $120. And if you're not on my team, it's $130. So it's great. And I think people who have done it in the past with me will attest to it, that it is a great event. It is like a Stampin' Up! Retreat meets a crafting retreat. And it's just awesome. So, and let's see here. No, Karen Wetstein, the launch is not on Wednesday, September 3rd. I moved it out. The catalog, if you guys, so you can always, if you're uncertain, I'm going to tell you right now, if you check my website, that is going to tell you the date. This only has the product share and the DSP sampler, right? I moved the holiday mini catalog launch to September 24th, right? It is not on the 3rd. So for those that, it was the 3rd, but I completely pushed that class to be after the escape to free us up from the stress of an extra class before the escape. So yeah, so The Lights of Aurora. You guys like it? Yes. So yes. So Karen, it was the 3rd. You're correct. It was the 3rd, but it was now moved out. Yes, Connie Moore. No. You definitely want to fill it out. So always put each class that you want in the registration form each month, because that's going to be my master registration for you. So we always put on there, like, especially if you guys saw for the escape, it says, please mark yes, even if you've previously told me and you've already paid for it. I'm looking for that registration form to be one complete synopsis of what you are looking for, so that if I have any doubt in my mind of, oh man, did she tell me she wanted that or not? Or the day I'm shipping, did she really want this? She never gets this class. I can go to that form and I can be like, oh, no, she didn't sign up for it. Or yes, she did. So Connie Moore, yes, you're already in my purple book for the rest of the year, right? But I also want you to mark yes to it. I won't sign you up twice for it, I promise. And if you do, I'll end up sending it to somebody else from your house, right? That's how that works. So do you have to be present for where did you just move, dummy? No, you don't have to be present at all. It's offered in person for those that want to come here to the Hive to do it in person, or it's virtually. And it doesn't even have to be on the dates that it's set for. It's basically a crafting experience for when you're ready for it. You just have to be diligent and set aside time on your calendar to watch the creative presentations, because there's a lot of good ideas in them, to look at the albums for all the different cards that have been made, so you get ideas and inspiration, and then to sit down and make the make and takes, right? I'm a hard person for buying online classes. I don't make the time to do online classes because I'm so busy. I guess I'm busy, right? I don't generally, I'm so busy with my own, but I'm trying to think. I know I have a lot of in-person crafters that don't make time to craft at home. They come here to craft, right? So being not here, you want to make sure that you are diligent and you set aside time, that I have this half hour, or I have this half a day, or I have the entire day. I'm going to sit on here, I'm going to work on it, I'm going to get my projects done. That's what I want to make sure for it. Whenever it works for you. It could be in December, it could be in November, it could be in September, it could be October. It's whenever. Just making it a point to get the projects done. Do you have to be a demonstrator? I have always had it that the escape, you needed to be a demonstrator. I have found through the years that I have had a lot of people who used to be demonstrators, hobby demonstrators or discount shoppers, that have had to let their demonstratorship go for whatever reason. And they felt bad that they would be missing out on the escapes, because they absolutely love the escapes. So over the last 2 years, I have softened my stance on the escapes, that you no longer have to be a demonstrator, because I would always end up opening it up the week before anyways. And so I've just said now from the beginning, I would rather, I think I did it for the winter one and this one, and the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, that's for everybody. And so it's hard because people will come to those and then they'll want to do this one, and I have a hard time telling people no. So Janice, I have opened it up that you don't have to be a demonstrator. Now, in the registration form, it does ask for what your demo ID number is. And if you're not if you're not a demonstrator and you are a customer, you won't have a demo ID number. So just put zeros. Put 00000, whatever. Just put 0, or I think you can free type in there, just put I'm not. I'm okay with that. It's okay. And I think that a lot of the people that are doing it that aren't demonstrators, they can use, so the reason that it's very appealing to demonstrators is because it's a lot of variety of projects featuring and showcasing this new awesome catalog that they have coming out. And if you're a demonstrator, you might want to share that with your customers, or you might want to share that with your friends and family, and you get a sampling of all that. And so it helps you to do that, right? If you're an avid customer, it allows you to see all the stuff, and then you could decide if you want to buy it or not, right? So that's pretty cool about it. So I would like the DSP sampler from the annual catalog. I don't think I specified which one I wanted, and since you only have the one left, I wanted to claim before it was gone. Danette. Oh, Danette, I have like 10 left from the annual catalog. And I have like 15 from the spring. But I don't think you sent the right amount of money then, because the annual catalog is longer. It's got about 6 extra pages. So the annual catalog DSP sampler is $40. I'm sorry, it's $30 plus $12 for shipping. So it would have been $42. And the mini one is $39. And I think you sent me $38 or $39. So it would just be a little bit of difference. So if you didn't specify that and you want the annual, then I just got to get a little bit more money for you for the difference. The annual one has all the in-color families in it, right? And there's 6 in-color families. So there's more white paper, there's more DSP, there's more color swatches, right? So the annual one is always a little bit more. So you'll have to let me know if you want the holiday mini one in addition or not. We'll just have to talk to Ned, okay? Hi, Becky Moore, a complete overview of our classes. And all right, so that's my stuff that I have coming up for September. I'm gonna drop the camera down and you guys can see Bigger Tigger again. He's still sleeping here. Julie Bierschbach has a class here in September. It's her Be Creative class, and she is featuring celebratory sips. So all of her contact information is here. You guys, I love to support my team, especially when they are wanting to have classes, design and host classes. I always have said that I am always 110% supportive of my team, and I don't look at it as competition. And if you decide you would rather take a class with Julie or Gina or Jenna or whoever, you guys, it's your prerogative, right? I'm happy and grateful when you take classes with me, but it also makes me happy when you take classes with my team members, because I know they work really hard too. And a lot of them are just starting out, or they've been at it for a year or two, and they're trying as hard as they can to achieve great things. Like Leslie McMinn, I've been on the phone with her probably 3 times or 2 times now going over stuff. She's going to start hosting classes in Texas, which is super cool. So I give undivided attention to my team and help them as much as I possibly can. I don't do things for them, but I'm a sounding board, or a soundboard, right? To ask ideas, because I've been doing this since 2016. So it's really great to talk to Leslie, to give her ideas on like business cards and like how to do classes and how much to charge and like all that good stuff, right? So I just got to preface that I love it. So I'm sharing, a few people on my team have their projects here, and I'm going to share that stuff with you. The great thing about it is that if you do want to sign up to get classes from Gina or Julie or Carissa or somebody who's local to me, you guys can get the reduced shipping price. Instead of having them ship it from their house and pay full shipping, you can consolidate and coordinate that with us, and we'll send you your package, your card, their card kits with my card kits, okay? All right, so Julie Bierschbach, here's her contact information. And these are her cards here, which are super cool. So celebratory sips. It looks like she was really heavy on the designer paper, and all you need are sentiments as well on this one. Super cool. All right, so that's celebratory sips for Julie Bierschbach. And then for Gina Bulow, she has here her August monthly class. I don't know if there's a more specific name for it. Morning Create, I think, is what she calls this class. So here's Gina's information. Sorry, I'm covering up Bigger Tigger for those that want to see my big boy here. Her Morning Create class, and stamped. It looks like you need stamp here, here, here. Her hay bales are stamped, but you could get by without stamping them, and then a sentiment. Super cool. So that's Gina's Morning Create class. So the girls kit up just like I do, and they provide some pretty phenomenal different designs. Gina loves to watercolor. She's doing this class in person tomorrow, actually. I really want to do it, but I'm signed up to design 14 cards with Amanda tomorrow. Amanda's coming up from Janesville, and our goal for tomorrow is to design all the Paper Palooza cards. All right, so watercolor class with Gina in person tomorrow, and you can get to-go kits for these as well. So you would need sentiments, and then however, you're in charge of doing your own watercoloring. This is the card that I wanted to make. So that's her watercolor class in person tomorrow. Oh, big boy, you're so tired. And then Gina has a card buffet also, and you could do it in person with her on the 30th of August. So she's doing one of the watercolor class in the morning, and she's doing one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And so this is her card buffet. So she's got the tree card, and she's got a spooky card. She's got the tractor card here with a wagon. See if his tail will move that. And then she's got the Amber Autumn, Many Thanks, and this one. So a lot of us are making cards that look like this because we cased it out of the catalog. And so it's really cool die cutting that out of the bronze foil. All right, so the pumpkins, very cool. So that's Gina's card buffet. Thanks for assisting there, big boy. So that's her card buffet. And then she also has a Celebration Expressions album. $60 order. Reach out to Gina for details, right? And so we've got using the banner. Oh, I knew she was going to be working on an album using those banner dies. So she sets it all up for you to put together a little album, which is awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you up? Mom, I'm not your board to just put things up. Oh, am I annoying you? Where are you going to go? Where are you going, buddy? Big stretch. Okay. Yeah, don't fall, buddy. He's making his way. He's trying to take my chair, you guys. He's like, Mom, I want your chair with the blanket. Okay, I'm putting a cat fur on here for Gina. And then, so you guys, this is a class she's doing. Very cool. So this is what's really awesome is Gina loves to do albums and memories and more classes and techniques with watercoloring, and that's awesome. So it gives you guys more variety on classes. Okay, so I think that would complete what I have for what's coming up, right? Now I'm going to take a moment to go through what I have from the past that is still available. I already showed you guys that I have some DSP samplers available. Excuse me. I have some DSP samplers that are available. I also have some product share designer series paper, right? Just the paper shares available for the annual catalog. You want to snuggle a cat now? Aw, Becky, we're going to give Bigger Tigger a little hug for you. Aw, yeah. Oh, you couldn't see it. I gave him a hug for you. I wrapped my arms around him. Bigger Tigger is a good snuggler. All right. Oh, perfect, Annette. We will definitely figure that out. So I'm understanding that you don't want the holiday one then. Yes. The sweet, Tigger. So the sweet jar, yes, you guys. So for those of you who watched my game night, we used that jar for game night, sweetest jar. So then, is it sweet jar? Whatever the one in the catalog or the jar, the online exclusives, there's a Christmas jar set now. I plan for game night in December to use the holiday jar set for the game night in December. So we did sweetest jar, or the one that's currently available, we already did that. I think they're both currently available, but the holiday one is going to be for the game night in December, and the one that wasn't holiday, we did that in July. So, yep. All right. What else? I'm just seeing if I'm missing it. Yes, Bridget Rowe, there are Creative Escapes still available. So we kitted up a little bit more. So for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, we kitted up 144, and I could have easily had 6 more. We could have had 150. For the Escape, we've always done 120. For the last 3 years, we've done 120. Knowing that I ran out of the Stampin' Fun in the Sun at 144, and because the community of watchers is growing, I decided to up the Escape by 120 to 132. And we are currently at, I'd have to say, I looked this morning, we were at 95 maybe signed up. So that means there are about 30 some spots left for the Escape. And I know that some people like to wait to see what cards are made before they decide if they're going to do it. And so now that you've seen the cards, I bet, and I'm going to do a collage, have Kelly make a collage, and we're going to try to publicize it a little bit more now to fill up those last 32 spots. As this viewing right now, you guys, there's plenty of spots available for the Escape at least, but the Escape isn't till the 18th, right? So we've got 3 solid weeks before the Escape starts. So within the next 3 weeks, we're going to work to see if we can get some more people signed up. I meant the Christmas one. Okay, good. So the sweetest, I was getting confused on the name. I couldn't remember. The sweet one was July, and the Christmas one will be in December. Yep. If I missed any questions, you guys, you might have to ask me again because I'm trying to watch. But all right, we're going to take a switcheroo here now, and I'm going to start going through past classes. Every time I show past classes, I find that it helps because people don't know I have things available, and when you see them, then you know what's available. So if you guys have been watching me since July, you know I did a bunch of product shares. I did a 2-tone cardstock share, I did a paper share, a cardstock share, and I did some sweet shares. And the way that we had to buy the stuff, they were in groups. So we ended up with 132 2-tone cardstock shares. So awesome. I have 3 left, and I have them I got them during the free shipping deal at the end of July. So I still have 3 two-tone cardstock shares. So if you're interested in a two-tone cardstock share, an 8.5 by 11, or a sweet share, when you fill out your registration form, it's important that you put that. I'll have everything date stamped, and I'm going to go in order so that it'll be very perfect for me to know the first 3 people who ask for it will be able to get it at that pricing. I think I'm going to, unless I get a ton of people that are asking for it at the regular pricing, I'm going to be done with the shares for the moment. I'm a little shared out, you guys. I love to share, but I'm a little shared out of this. So the two-tone cardstock share looks like this. So if you got the full 12 by 12, you got one of each of the colors, you guys. They're in alphabetical order from Azure all the way to Whisper White, okay? So we did them alphabetical order. If you wanted to get them at 6 by 6 or 12 by 12, I can make it happen at this point. It's so much easier just to give everybody as a 12 by 12, and shipping really isn't that big of a difference. And then the cardstock share, this is a 2 set actually. So if like somebody wanted 2 sets, we put them together like that. So this is double, right? So if you sign up for 1 share, it's only half as thick. But I do have, I think, about 4 left of the cardstock share at the price with the free shipping, right? So it's a little bit less than what my website shows this for now, because I don't know when I'm going to run out, and I don't want somebody to pay for it at the lower price and then it was supposed to be at the higher price. I'd rather have you add it into your registration form if you're interested, and we'll get you we'll get it taken care of for you. There is a registration form for this specifically itself as well that I might have you follow up with. I think it was like July 8th. You could sign up for this, and this was like July 21st. So there are sign-up sheets specific for that. So there are some left. I also have some of the sweet shares left. So this is the first time we ever did this, and we're going to do it again for the fall. How the sweet share worked is, it works as you get a half a pack of the designer paper, a half a pack of the gems, 2 yards of ribbon, and if there was a consumable thing, like in this case, there were some iridescent treat bags, and then you got 2 of each of the cardstocks that went with it. So this is ready for you to start creating with. You might not have all of the cardstock that goes with it, but in this case, these were the colors that were listed with it in the DSP sampler that we knew. And so now you've got all the cardstock that matches the designer series paper. Water, hang on. So how I did this is I divided it up. So apparently one person ordered this, and so I bought what I needed for that one person, and it left another one. And that happened a couple times, more than a couple times. I didn't want to tell one person no. What I decided to do is buy enough, and that maybe eventually then somebody will want, this is Spooky Halloween. I have 1 left of the pears. I have 1 left of Lovely Garden, and you guys, I threw in the boho blue paper because boho blue paper was prevalent throughout this. So even though it's a retired ink color, I included 2 sheets of that. So you have a pack, 2 yards. I have florals and bloom here. Now this one was heavy on, so the pricing really was changing because of all the cardstock colors. Some of these had oodles of cardstock colors, right? So you got 2 of each of the cardstock colors. And in this one, it had no ribbon. But so that one was florals of bloom. I have 1 here of celebratory sips. Okay, so celebratory sips, again, lots of cardstock. I have what is this one called? It's on the back. No, it's not on the back. Oh, I'm drawing a blank, I'll be honest with you. It is mixed media floral. I knew that. Mixed media floral. So I have 1 of that one. I have floral impressions, right? And so this one, you got a half a pack of those labels. Right, so we got that opened up and split up so you got a half a pack. So again, it's really great. We're gonna be offering this for all of the suites that are available now, which there are 11 new suites. So it includes Painterly Pears, Spooky, and then the other one. My brain is like overload of all the things that we just went over. So you guys, it happens to me that I overwhelm myself too. It was Painterly Pears, Spooky, and Floral Charm. So those 3, we're going to carry them over into this next one because those were just launched in July. And then all of the other 8 suites that are between the online exclusives and the mini catalog will be offered. And then only what I have of these past things are going to be available. Now, if I get 2 people or 3, let's say I get 3 people that want this, I would go make it happen. But so these are the sweet shares that I have available. And there's one Stampin' stack left from the past at the moment. We were able to move out the floral charm is gone, and the festive is gone. So there was a wildflower birthday Stampin' stack. I reduced the price to $50 plus shipping. So it was to make 5 tags, 5 little 3x3s. It was to make 15 cards, and you still had leftovers to make 5 gift bags, which these are perfect to give away as party favors for like a bridal shower or a baby shower. This is so awesome. I know it's got cakes on it, but they don't have to be birthday cakes. They can be whatever kind of cakes. So this was great to make for gifts for friends and family too. So it was enough. It was like 15 and 5 is 10, 20, 25, 20, like 30 things. It was crazy. So I reduced the price. I have about 20 of them left to go, I think. So I have enough to, I reduced the price to $50 and included a pack of designer paper, a pack of gems, the ribbon, and it's all packaged up nicely for you in a complete little class. And you'll get a PDF tutorial with it. So that one is the Wildflower Birthday Stampin' Stack. And I also have, I believe, one lonely little soldier left here of the Ink Paper Scissors Lovely Garden. I had somebody who had wanted it and they changed their mind. So I had to erase their name from here, but this was the Ink Paper Scissors for May. One left. Oh, this one's gone. Iconic is gone, yay. So that I don't have to have in here anymore. So I have the Ink Paper Scissors from last September, featured autumn cards. And this one is like, there's 2 that look like that. There were 2 that looked similar. We paired these up, 2 puzzle cards, and then 2 that looked like that. And then you had some paper left over to do some envelopes. So these are Ink Paper Scissors. So they came with a roll of ribbon, a gem packet, and a quarter pack of designer paper. Right, so there's that one. This was the order-based class that we did in July. It is called Beautiful Gallery. And that was a fun fold. This is a fun fold. So there was really pretty. So this is free with an order actually, because it's still it's from July. So we keep the order-based class is free with an order for 3 months until the next order-based class. Then we switch it back to that you could pay for it. So that was the order-based class for July. This was the game night. We were just talking about the Sweet Jar game night. I have about 7 left of this class. And it turned into an Ink Paper Scissors basically after we're done with it being game night. You don't have to pay the extra $5 for it. So it was $34 plus shipping. So I've got like 5 of those, I don't know, 5 or 7. And then Forever Love Ink Paper Scissors here. I've got maybe a dozen left of this one. So it was from last year, February. You do need, on this case, there's some flowers that are stamped up there. Otherwise, it's just sentiments. So that's Forever Love. And this was the Season of Chic, I think. It was an Ink Paper Scissors from July of, I think, 2 years. I have like 1, potentially 2 left of this one. So we're getting down there on this one. So if you guys are wanting any of these past classes, you might just listen to what the name of the class is, and then you add it into your registration form. This one I'm getting down to, there's either 1 or 2. It's Masterfully Made Ink Paper Scissors. I think there's either 1 or 2. I don't remember. I'd have to look back there. But it was really pretty and cheerful class. And then I've got A Little Bit Festive is done. Yay, we can move that out of here. Right. Yay. This was the Little Bit Festive, you guys. Oh man, it was from November of last year. The last one left the house last week. So very good, very good. So they eventually always go. Make some room in this box. So I have Good Feelings Game Night. It was from July of last year. And I've got maybe 6 of this one left too. Those are nice, easy class. With all you needed were sentiments on this one. You got the roller ribbon and the gems and a quarter pack of the designer paper. I have Beautiful Bokeh. There are a bunch of this one left. This was Ink Paper Scissors from March. It was a cool little shaker card. And you just needed sentiments for this one and some background stamps. So that's Beautiful Bokeh Ink Paper Scissors. And then To Market, there is there's a bunch of this one left. So I do know that on this one and the Forever Love and the Bokeh, if anybody's been buying it in the last couple weeks, I've been marking it down to 30 versus 34. So I've been taking and reducing the price. And for anybody who bought Wildflower birthday Stampin' Stack from me in the last 2 weeks, I've been pricing it at 50 plus shipping, right? Versus it being 65. So I knocked $15 off. So that's how we're moving out some of the past classes. All right, then this can go here, this can go here. And let me grab next box. Ooh, you guys, I forgot to tell you. On this form here, there are 2 other classes I forgot to talk about. 3. Paper pumpkins are here. They're a non-kitted class. Kelly teaches those. Kelly also helps teach the kit classes, which are here. Share, Create, Inspire is going to be a little bit later today. And then the next one in September on the 24th. And then Mystery Night. Ta-da! Mystery Night is going to be on the 22nd. So in case you missed last month's mystery card, here was that. So I forgot to talk about all those other non-kitted classes, you guys. So, all right, we're going to keep moving. Keep her moving. The Artful Amaryllis, let's just stamp. You can see I've got this many left. And you did need some focal images on those. So this one, I believe I've been dropping these down by, I don't remember. I don't think anybody's bought it recently, but I was going to put 15 on that one. This monthly class is from April of 25, so just earlier in the year. Just got maybe 6 left of that one, so that's not so crazy. So you just needed something to stamp for your image there. This is all designer paper, which is cool. I've got this monthly class from March available. So you needed a sentiment, some foliage, and a sentiment and some raindrops. So that was March monthly class. So it's really great when I have new people that have never, they just purchased from me for the first time and they aren't sure what to get. I've been able to give some of these kind of past classes. This was the Memorable Blooms April Technique Club class. I got to print off the recipe or the binder insert, but this was Memorable Blooms Roses class from April. There were 3 card kits. I don't have samples of what they look like, unfortunately, so I don't generally make them up. Oh, you guys, look what happened. I've been moving and he wanted my chair, so that's what he was waiting for. Okay, I do have In Color Retirement class from earlier this year that had the Wild Wheat, I want to say Rococo Rose, but it was Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, Pebble Path, and Boho Blue. So I've got this many left of those, so quite a few, honestly. So that one is going to be on a reduced price as well. And then I've got January monthly class was more Valentine Day-ish, and then the Grow with Love. So I got that one. This one, what I'm going to do is when I start doing my door prizes, you guys, somebody had the idea of giving these away as door prizes, giving away a card for each door prize I do. So this is what I'm going to do that one for. This one, I only have 2 left. This was the August of 24 class. So a year ago, we did this one, the Yellow Submarine. I still get people ask for the Yellow Submarine class. So that's perfect. So that's the Yellow Submarine class. And then I have 1 left of Hearts of Elegance. So this is the Valentine's Day wedding-ish lovey-dovey set. There's 1 left. This was January's sweet class. So there's 1 there. I've got this guy, which was February of 24. I've got maybe 6 left to this one. Oh, I gotta still find the other one. There was a sunset card. I don't know what I did with it. It was a beautiful sunset with deer in the front. So this one you get one or the other. We just did 2 different color palettes. And then the Wild Ferns one. This was the monthly class from August of 23, actually. No, this is getting me old. There's 2 left. So they were really cute cards. That Little Dreamers, and then the Gone Fishing and the Timeless Arrangements. So a lot of these are all free with a minimum order, or you could pay for them. This guy is the Notes and Totes. I have 1 Notes and Totes left from June. This is Rose's Technique Club class. So this is generally how they come. There's a little binder insert, And then there's the technique. And then you have your golden ticket and 3 card kits. So she had notes and totes here. In June, I have that one. Floral Delight. There's only 3 left of this one. And this was so pretty. I love the yellows. They were so cheerful. Really, all you needed were sentiments for this class. All right, so that was Floral Delight. Sweet class was February. With You in Mind, I have 2 left. And this was the Let's Just Stamp that was in March. So you needed sentiments for these, primarily. Very purple and pink. So that was the With You in Mind, Let's Just Stamp. And then I have the July of 24 monthly class. There was the Translucent Florals, maybe, and then Snapdragon, Spiraling Snapdragons, and then Loveliest Tree. So really, you needed sentiments and some dragonflies. Oh! Tyler asked me to make sourdough babies, so I gotta not forget to do that. Hang on, let me reset this, you guys. 3:30. So I gotta do 3:40. All right, then I won't forget. Gotta set alarms, otherwise I forget to do things, right? Okay, so that's that one. I have just 4 more boxes of cards here. So we have here, Let's Just Stamp the zinnias from January, or these guys. So there's a few of those, or more than a few of that. And then Let's Just Stamp Memorable Blooms was from February. These 3. And then I've got the Storybook Moments was from April. It was the Sweet class. So we have, up and through December of last year, there's very few. There's like, what, maybe 10 total card kits from 2023 or 2024. There's not a lot. And then between January and June, we over forecasted card kits. And then from June, July, August, there's really not a lot left. This is the Wildflower Birthday class from the Sweet class from March. It was really cool. That was that guy. So you really only needed sentiments for that one. Right, a lot of this stuff is all from January to June. It's crazy. All right, so then let me grab this one yet, and this one. So this was the class we just did in August here, Florals in Bloom. I forgot to email this class to people. It was on the Facebook, it was on my website, but I forgot to email it. So I don't know what happened, but I have about 15 left of this one. And they're so pretty. So you can still get in on this class. This was the August Sweet class, right? And then I have just 1 left. Nope, I have 2 left of the Botanical Textures class from, and I think maybe one of those is, I gotta fill it out for somebody that I gotta actually put a name on it. So there might be only 1 left, if my memory serves me correct. But that was the Botanical Textures Sweet class from May. The class from December, the Sweet class in December was called Regal Winter. And you need some flowers for this one. Those were the 4 cards. So just some floral images. And there's maybe like 8 to 10 left of that one. And in this tub right here, hi Rosie Prouty, we've got the Let's Just Stamp Poised Peony. And there's 3 cards for, this was December. So you got the 3 flower cards. Flower. Yeah, so from December to May is the bulk of where these cards are all coming from. And then I've got 1 left of the May monthly class, which featured the baby, the sailboat, and the garden cards. So there's only 1 of that one left. Yay. And then there are 2 left of the Regal Flora Let's Just Stamp. And that was from October. It was our patriotic class where we did red, white, and blue. Yay. It was like we were coming out of the Wounded Warrior. Okay, so before I forget, we're also already hot and heavy in the preparations and thinking and planning for the Fall Paper Palooza. I know I didn't show anything from it because I really don't have anything to show yet. tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Amanda's going to be here with bells on. And I lost my seat, you guys. Amanda's going to be here with bells on, and we're going to start working on designing we're going to do 14 cards for the Palooza. Now, the annual catalog Palooza was a lot more because there was just more paper. We were pulling in things from January and from March and from June. So we got caught up with that one. Now for this next one, we're going to be pulling in things from the July online exclusives, the September online exclusives, and the holiday mini catalog. So I think there's 14 packs that we're going to feature. And then we're going to pull in the foil, like the bronze foil, into one of the cards. But I think we're doing 14 cards. We're either going to do two per layout and do 7 layouts, or we're going to do all 14 different layouts. We haven't figured that out. We're going to talk tonight at 6 o'clock and get the strategize and get the game plan. So the Palooza, you can find it on my calendar, my website already. And next week I'll show off cards. And if you go to my calendar, I made it the October 1st. So if you go to October 1st, the Fall Palooza is already... I've got stuff out here. There's even a form that if you want to sign up for it, so there's 17 packs of paper. We're going to make 14 fabulous cards, and you'll get the 6x6 pieces of all the designer paper, 14 card kits. We got pins, pillow gifts, attendance gift, prize patrol, and if you want to register for it, you can click the word. Ooh, I don't have the hyperlink set up. Okay, I gotta take a screenshot so I don't forget to do this. I gotta set up the hyperlink, but it takes you to a it will, when I set it up, it'll take you to a registration form. And you can also from there add on ribbon embellishment share. So what'll happen is if you want the whole shebang, but you want the Palooza, you might not want the whole shebang. If you want to get the DSP from the Palooza, you could always add on the ribbon and gems to that. So I just want to make sure that if you don't want basically both packs, I'm guessing. Okay, drink, hang on, I gotta think. I gotta stay hydrated, you guys. Okay, so did I see anything that I missed? I would like the paper pumpkin for September. Do I need to fill out for that? So Holly, that's a good question. Okay, so there's the paper pumpkin. So I have a few paper pumpkins back there yet, in case anybody's still looking for June. I have 3 Junes and I have 1 May. And if you're looking for September pumpkin and you want to get it through me and have me ship it from Stampin' Up to you, and you want to just send me money electronically, you could just send me an email and we'll figure that out. Now, are you getting other classes though from me? So if you're getting something else in September, you could include it in the registration form, right? So I also do some people that want to have it shipped here and then I ship it to them. So if you do want a September pumpkin and you don't want to get it like mailed like through your own Stampin' Up account and you want it to come through me, I would say just send me an email and we'll get it figured out. I want to make sure that you only have to really send one payment. So if you're getting other things in September and the pumpkin, I'd rather you just send me one payment versus piecemealing things, right? I guess that's what it comes down to. So knowing a little bit more about what you want will help me answer that question. So just send me an email and let me know what your thoughts are. Okay? I don't know. Bigger Tigger, did we forget something? Look at... I'm not sitting because of that handsome kitten in my chair. Yeah, isn't he a handsome kitten? All right, so we did it. It's 3:37. My alarm's going to go off in 3 minutes, and I got to go make some sourdough babies for Tyler. And at the moment, I have the live set up for 4:30 for doing share a recipe, create a card, inspire others. I think I'm going to probably stick to 4:30. That is going to give me 50 minutes to get all my ducks in a row before I start class. So if anything, I might be a few minutes early or late, but I'm going to stick to around 4:30 for that. So, all right, you guys, you're it now. I went through everything. Hopefully you found some things that you can't live without and you'd want to get some classes from me. Fill out that registration form. And again, I want to remind people that are having a hard time or don't want to do that registration form, I want to work with you because I don't want you to not take classes with me. That's the last thing I want to do is alienate anybody because of that form. I get it. Technology is not always everybody's best friend. And if you're going through that form and you're getting hosed up and you're getting problems with it, let me know. I can be an IT person if I need to be, and we'll get it figured out. Worst case scenario is send an email to cbcenroll@gmail.com and just say, hey, I tried to fill out the form and I couldn't get it. This is what I want. Let us know all the things that you want for September and if you want 1 shipment or 2 shipments and how you plan to pay. And what will happen is I'll either have Kelly or myself will go fill out the registration form for you. and we'll get it filled in so that you're into the master spreadsheet where everybody else's is. And that's where I want that. I want to have a one-stop shop so I know if I have any questions at shipping, because sometimes you guys, I'll just drop everything and I'll call people and say, hey, did you mean that? Or did you want that? Or like, what's going on? And that takes more time. So if I can get everything streamlined and in one central repository or spot, that's going to help us, I think, go forward. So it feels kind of weird here standing here, but you guys, I can't move Bigger Tigger, right? He's too handsome of a kitten to move right now. So, and they always say, leave sleeping giants lay, right? Exactly. Look at him curl his toes. All right. I think that's it. If I missed anything, we'll catch up next week. I don't have a live again. Now it's Labor Day on Monday, right? So you guys, hopefully a lot of you will have long 3-day weekends and you can get some extra crafting time in, right? I'm going to be heading over to Hudson tomorrow night with Tyler. We're going to go hang out with Jenna Helms for a bit, and she's on my team, which is pretty awesome. And we're going to do a little, hopefully, canoeing on Sunday for a moment in time. So we'll see if we get that done. And tomorrow is a design day with Amanda, so I definitely have crafting in my forecast. Hopefully you guys do too. Get outside though, enjoy some weather, good fresh air, right? We always can do good for that. Marcia Svatek, where is the registration form? The registration form was included in the email I sent today. The registration form is actually, you guys, it's in, if you guys are in, if you're in this video right here, if you're watching me right now, if you go to the description under more, and you click more, it's right there. Sign up for classes with this form. You should be able to click on it. I put it in there. Look at me go, you guys. It's right there. Look how easy it is. So I'm gonna make sure that moving forward from every live that I do after here, that Google form will be there, especially for the September classes. There'll be a new link for the October classes, and then there'll be a new link for the November classes, right? But the other thing, Marcia, I added it in absolutely every September class. So you can go to any class in September. Anyone, pick anything. Oh, I lied. I didn't put it in the beginner class. I didn't put it in paper. Okay, so I lied. I didn't put it in the kits. I didn't put it in paper pumpkin. I didn't put it in the beginner class. I put it in every kitted thing. But if you go here, I added it. It's the first paragraph of every event that is a kitted class. It's right there. Click here, right? So I tried to put it everywhere. Right, so that should hopefully help. So that's a good question though. So if you guys are wondering where it is, most of all, go look in the description for this video and you should find it. Hopefully you saw how I did it. I backed out of watching it and you go into the description and it's just like 3 lines down. So I'm saving the edge for a mat, correct? No, you don't need to. Okay, I just saw a message pop in. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sign off. I got a couple things I wanna do before we're live here for the next class. So lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. Don't be afraid to reach out if you need help with anything. I'm here to help you. Love you. Bye, have a great long weekend.